Look, okay, I get it. We all live busy lives, right? You're going 25 over. Everywhere you drive, you got somewhere to be all the time. You just finished your large Dunkin' coffee, right? And then the other day, just got away from you, man. Wadded it up. Crashed your Kia Optima, dude. You were late to work at Enterprise Rental Car. Your boss is pissed, right? Your kids were late to school. Don't love that for you, but here to help. So, the deal with this guy is, he's actually a good friend of ours, member. He's been coming to us for a long time, and his wife got in a little fender bender, and it was a little bit more than a fender bender. It doesn't look like it now, but it was a little bit more than a fender bender. And so she wadded it up pretty good, and he came by and rented a couple times. He replaced a lot of the suspension components, control arms, knuckle, stuff like that. The entire subframe underneath the car. He had the collision shop down the street from us do a frame pull on it and get the apron and everything straightened out. And now it's at the point where, all right, let me preface it this way. This guy's on a budget. We like him. We understand where he's coming from. You know, sometimes people don't got a lot of money to spend on this stuff. We get it. So I'm gonna help him out a little bit. He wants to just get this stuff sprayed, right? He's not that concerned with it being perfect. He's not that concerned with, you know, looking like it was all brand new again. He just wants it to look like, you know, not 3 different colors. Because he sourced a junkyard door. You can probably tell, even though this is in a bad light, that this door is way different from the back door. This is the original paint. This one's not. He sourced a junkyard fender. This is obviously black, and the car is dark blue. And then he got a brand new bumper cover of questionable fitment, it looks like. Maybe a molding's supposed to go there, but the gap's looking a little bit wonky. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do to help this guy get this thing done on a budget, and hopefully turn this thing around quick so that he can get back to putting this thing in commission, so he can be driving around, and or his wife can be driving it around and, you know, using it for everyday stuff. All right, so this is a perfect example of why I always tell people that you can't just go straight off the color code for matching your paint, right? So this is the chip for this car that corresponds to the color code, right? I don't know about y'all, but that's a no from me. So what we're gonna have to do, and this is common, especially in Tucson, right? Out here, the sun is brutal and it rips up people's paint. And yeah, your clear coat can still look fine. That doesn't mean that certain hues and pigments in your color are not burnt from the sun. I see it a lot with blues. I see it a lot with reds, things like that. They do get burned out a lot quicker than other colors. So 99% of the time, we're tinting at least a little bit, right? So what I'm gonna do now is flip through this book of chips. I'm gonna find one that's close-ish, right? Or hopefully right on the money. And we're gonna tint on that, get the color mixed up, and then I'll go ahead and start prepping out all these parts for paint. Alright guys, so you're gonna have to bear with us. The audio on this clip got a little bit messed up when we were importing the footage, so I'm gonna go ahead and just voice over this part. Essentially where we're at in the paint process is I threw 1 coat of adhesion promoter over the whole car and the fender and everything. If you want to know why I did that, you should definitely check out the Bullet Mustang video that we just put out last week. That'll kind of give you a rundown on the process. And I threw 2 coats of base over the fender to get us good coverage going into the door. And then I'm going to take a 3rd coat all the way across that door into the back door, just because that front door didn't match the rear door very well. So I'm going to take the full power base all the way into that rear door ever so slightly. Touch up the rock chips with this handy dandy touch-up tool, right, that are outside the blend area. And then I'm going to take a final coat of reduced base way back into that door and just blend out that color real nice so that you can't see the little line where my full strength base stopped kind of partway into that rear door. When I was in the booth doing this, I broke it up a little different, so I threw the sealer down on that bumper, and while I was doing that, or I was letting the sealer flash off, I sprayed the car just to kind of conserve on time because budget job. I sprayed the sealer on that bumper cover with the Fuji MPV8 1.3. I think at about 24 PSI. I really like this gun a lot. I just don't use it very much because I'm pretty much married to that LPH 400. But it does spray everything really nice, sealer, base, and clear. So if you're in the market for an affordable spray gun, definitely check that one out. You can see the sealer there. It's laid out real nice and slick on that bumper. It's still flashing, but looks great. So I've been using the LPH 400 for the base on this whole project. I'm gonna go ahead and put the last coat down with that, and then also spray the clear with the LPH 400 as well. It's all done, dude. At least as much as we're gonna be finishing up here. The guy, I think he still needs to source this lower little air dam or whatever that is. And obviously the alignment up here is still a little wonky up against the hood. Unfortunately, the whole top of this bumper is held in with clips, so there's really no adjusting it. I think what it is it was probably damaged on the, this has like one of those composite radiator supports, and I saw it was all cracked and like smashed up underneath here, and I bet you anything the radiator supports kind of shifted a little bit. So he might need to do some wallowing and some adjustment, or just replace the radiator support, right? But all in all, thing came out pretty mint. We're just gonna leave it off the gun. Not gonna cut no nibs out or nothing. Again, this is just kind of quickie, good enough type job. Orange peel mat came out pretty spot on. There's some dust nibs and stuff here and there, Not really worried about it. It's just a daily. Might get wrecked again, who knows. But that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've seen kind of all the stuff that it takes to get your car back up and going after you crash it. It's a lot more than people think. And definitely like, comment, subscribe, right? All those buttons down below, they do stuff. And we'll see you in the next video.